excellent feeling couple?
Well, besides we look good and we feel good.
How long have you two been going together in the business?
Well, she's been my steady date for the last few months. I don't let her out of my sight, you know, unless she's going to do an interview, in which case I insist on coming along. Mm-hmm. No.
My fantasy. I guess I fulfill my fantasies in working in the adult business by making other people happy.
If that's your fantasy, to make other people happy.
It works.
It works. You know, little shite words. Knock it off.
That's right.
Little sticks. Jen, what you been up to?
Oh, a lot of hanging around, you know. Spent a lot of time in San Francisco lately, as opposed to New York, where I'm from, where I usually am. And that's kind of a more quiet town, a little prettier, and
You're living in San Francisco now?
I think so. I sort of have like a temporary setup there, temporary setup in the back east, and friends in LA I stay with, so
it must be great to be so financially secure now. The helicopter.
No, that's why I have
the white limo pulled up.
That's why I have to keep moving around. I can't pay the rent here, so I got to leave town.
Okay, but the helicopter limo looks great. Did you see his new car?
Yeah, I saw that.
Dynamite car, silver cloud. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been doing filming. You come in for a film?
Yeah, what am I doing? No, I just came down to do this.
You came down just for me.
Yeah.
What was the last magazine you appeared in?
The last one, High Society, I believe.
May issue, January Penthouse.
Yeah.
Chic, Hustler, Velvet, Swank.
Keep going, they're over there.
Oh, really? How many?
All of them. I don't think there's any that I haven't appeared in.
Field and Stream.
Except some slobs I haven't.
Well, you're talking about over 100 magazines in the time you've been in the business, right?
Yeah.
And more than once.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How long have you been in the business?
About a year. Close to a year.
It's not a year yet.
No.
And all those films and all those magazines. Did you get into the business of acting right away, or you were a model first?
I was a model first for about 6 months. Then I started acting in films.
And who was the first actor to make you realize that it's just a little different than playing around? I mean, sometimes you take it, well, I'm just going in and it's a sex scene, and you don't take it seriously, or you start to realize at a certain point where if you're going to stay in it, that it's very serious. It really is. It's a head trip. It's an acting experience. It just isn't a sex scene anymore.
That started with the first film I did with Richard Pacheco in Nice Girls Do, because he's a wonderful actor and he cares about what he does, and I respected that. That made me realize that you gotta care. So it makes it look good.
Really nice. And
I'm just in it for the sex scenes, as far as I'm concerned.
You're just in it for the sex scenes. Did you know Jamie or hear of Jamie or see a film Jamie appeared in before you worked with him?
I had no idea who he was until I met him on the first set that I worked on. We didn't work together in a sex scene, and then we worked later on in another film, The Fantasy Girl.
Was that a sex scene? Mm-hmm. What was it? Was it an anal or anything?
No.
The love scene,
yeah.
What was the scene?
It was more a fun scene than a love scene. We came home drunk and fooled around. Had a good time. That was it.
You came home drunk and fooled around.
It was scripted.
Scripted. How did she do her lines, Jane?
I'll tell you the truth, I don't remember the lines. I remember the scene very well. My lines, her lines, I don't remember. But I'll never forget the scene.
We had a lot of giggling, not a lot of lines.
A lot of giggling, a lot of lines. How was the sex?
I had a good time, that's all that counts.
4 handkerchiefs?
Yeah.
Huh? Mm-hmm. 2 for the eyes and 2 for the sides? No, would you?
Is that the way they say it?
Well,
yeah.
if it was a strong story, sad, or a comedy.
It was a good sex scene. I don't think anybody complained. I didn't.
Do you want to tell us where you're from and how old you are?
I'm from Minnesota. 19 years old.
Really? When are you going to be 20?
In a couple months.
You look a lot older. You look a lot older. From Minnesota.
Well, not that much older. She doesn't look like we do. Go ahead.
Do you like older men, Shauna, or do you prefer a younger man? When I say older, somebody from 30 or over, or someone from 20 to 30.
Definitely older.
Oh, yeah?
The younger men.
You like him as old as Bob or as old as me? You know. So.
Younger men tend to put a lot more pressure on a girl than older men do.
Really?
I can't take all the pressure right now at my age. I don't need it.
Well, that's because we're all soft, you know. That's why
What do you
there's
mean at
no
your age
pressure.
now? What do you really
I'm
mean?
too young to settle down with one person. I'd rather have fun.
She likes a little bit of your philosophy, Bob.
Oh, I went to philosophy. What is, that's a pretty outfit you got there. Red pumps, black pumps, red riding hood, panties. The things you don't want me to ask you restricted me on. And I see, you know, a lot of people can stop by to see you. Mrs. What's her name?
Reagan's.
What's her name? Mrs. Beasley. I see her.
Mrs. Beasley's there, yeah.
And who did your makeup today?
Laurie Smith.
Laurie Smith.
Yeah.
Laurie,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
She's always been my
Laurie's
favorite.
great.
She's a good friend.
You look great. And you two guys have we're on it. I have to say, Centerfold is on it to have a couple like you on it, because we've seen a lot of things that you have done, Shauna, in the past year. And, you know, we think it's strong, hot, photograph, like dynamite.
Hope I don't disappoint you.
Him? I wish you were working with
I won't
me.
disappoint you.
I wish you were working with me.
She takes me for granted. She knows I'm going to have a good time.
Now, we feel great about Jamie coming down and doing this.
Are you kidding?
It's a pleasure.
You made me pay him to come down and do it.
No, he's great. So we'll take a minute away and try to get into it. If
Okay.
you know what you're going to be doing, I know now.
Oh, of course.
Okay.